Today, names like Bo Diddley, Mary Wilson and the Everly Brothers arrived in Melbourne for one of their biggest gigs.
Aboard this jet were 5 VIPs, very important performers, and in the arrival hall dozens of people with long memories. They were waiting for 5 of the biggest singing names from the 50s, 60s and 70s. The first celebrity to appear was Phil Everly of Everly Brothers fame, who was mobbed at his limo.
Phil, where am I going? He's named after you.
Is that right, Howard?
Yeah.
That's right, this fan actually named his son after Everly, so young Phil met his idol and namesake. What's your favourite song?
Wake Up Little Susie.
Don Everly slipped past the crowds into his car.
On the third leg of the Legends of Rock tour, and fans of all ages turned out to welcome their idols.
It was meant to be a quiet arrival for the Legends of Rock, but no chance of that once the Everly Brothers fan club got wind of flight details. How long have you been a fan for?
Since I was 13. Yes, over 30 years.
While Don Everly made a quick escape, brother Phil was inundated with gifts of wall plaques and boomerangs and was left to sign the autograph books.
The Everly Brothers, Mary Wilson, Leslie Gore and Bo Diddley will be joined tomorrow by Chuck Berry and Jerry Lee Lewis for 3 shows at the National Tennis Centre. Hugh Riminton was there among the faithful.
The 50s, rock and roll. The music hooked in some people and never let them go. But now there are generations of fans like Don and Phil here.
They're named after the Everly Brothers.
And Andrew Cosmack and his mate Dean.
It was old stuff, but it was sort of new to us. And, you know, since then we've just gone hooked on it, you know? Yeah. This is the great music.
Observing tradition, the Everlys were caught as they tried to sneak into the limousine.
Let him pick it, Phil. Can you sign this, please?
Yeah.
Oh! Thanks, Phil. Phil, take that. Phil!
I'm sorry.
And behind the Everlys, the rest of the stars.
30 years ago.
And every year since.
Yeah, every year since, and still are. And things don't come back, they just never went away.
What's it like being part of such a big show?
Like it was, years ago. It's just deja vu. It's like it was when it began. Rock and roll began. There was package tours, show of stars. You go out, you sing your one hit, and then they would have sometimes 25 acts, one hit a piece.
In the very beginnings, I used to call the big packages were the most fun to do all the tours with because everybody was like a fraternity brothers out on a party, and it's very similar to that. And it's I always called it the golden age of rock back then. And this is just like it, except that it's going to be very short and just only for Australia.
Best part, how else can you have breakfast with Chuck Berry and Bo Diddley? Talk about old times. That's the only way to do it.
All of you have done so much in those intervening years. It must be incredible to get back together again.
Well, I think that everybody had kind of an interest in doing that. I know that when the idea came up, that's one of the reasons I wanted to do it, is just to do it one more time. And the chances of doing it again in life is probably nil, you know.
I think there's a lot of credit should be given to people that put it together here.
Yeah, they did a good job.
They've done a good job with that.
How do you get so many egos together, though? That's what I want.
Well, there's very little ego. Yeah. There's no ego involved in rock and roll. Not if you were in the beginnings. Most of us are just way past all of that silliness, you know.
What I want to know is when you're travelling around, who gets the presidential suite in the hotels?
It ain't us.